Hello and welcome to another episode of Who the F is this guy? Another episode of Oatmeal World with your host Oatmeal Joey Arnold. I'm here, right? I'm here. I think I'm here. I think I'm here. And I was going through photo albums, reorganizing them. It's been a while. Thinking to myself like, why my mom stick dates on the back of them and then super glue them to a photo album so that nobody could see them. Maybe not super glue, but sometimes it's very difficult to get to the bottom of it. But I really wanted to, and that's why I've been working on it so hard for so many years. And I think it's very important. Sometimes do you feel like, man, I put so much work into other people, other so-called friends, relationships, and they stab me in the back. How do you feel when that happens? You feel terrified. You feel confused. What can you do? What can you lose? Maybe you can't lose anything because there's nothing left to lose. But I'll tell you, I've been there. I've done it. Done it? I've done it. What? I've done it. Yes. What can you do? What's the moral of the story? I think it's, sometimes you want to forget, and sometimes you should. But you should probably write it down first, and then you can give yourself that option. And sometimes you just gotta do that. Sometimes you just gotta take a breath of oatmeal air. What in the world is oatmeal air? Nobody knows that. Nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows. Nobody would know. I'm glad that I did a little bit of music today, even though it took about an hour to go through it. But I was live. I enjoyed doing the live today on YouTube. It's too bad it wasn't also on TikTok. You missed me playing piano, but it is on YouTube and you can watch it now. And it was okay, and it was kind of good, even though it was an hour. And I feel like these things are time consuming, but I think it's good. I think it's good to do. Good to do. Good to do, even if you wear a Russian hat. No, my hat's not Russian. But if it was, it'd be interesting because I want to explore every country. I do. I really do. I really, really, really do. I really, really do. I really, 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 really do. That's what I want. That's what I really, really want. And, oh man. Man, it's tough. It's tough sometimes. But you gotta take a step back. Sometimes you have to forget. Sometimes you gotta remember. Sometimes you gotta forget and remember at the same time. Sometimes you gotta take a break, a breath, and a break. Sometimes you gotta take a sip of that good oatmeal tea. Oatmeal tea. No, I'm not Scott Adams, but let's go do the simultaneous sip now. All you need is a glass, a mug, a thingamabobber. Fill it up with their favorite beverage. Mine is oatmeal tea. And go ahead and sip. I mean, go. I mean, do it. I mean, get it done. I mean, whatever floats your boat. That was good, everybody. That was good. I'm glad you all did that with me. All 10,000 of you. Wow, what a great time. Wow, what a good time. Wow, what a wonderful time. I'm glad that everybody was able to do that together. We were able to do that and drink tea together, making the world better, one rabbit at a time. Rabbit was able to come out a little bit, and I was able to do benching. That was good. A little bit good. Little bit. Little bit. Hmm. Yes, indeed. Hmm. What was I doing earlier? Let me look. Oh yeah, so watching Tori-sama. Tori-sama, just like before. Watching him again. Not the only thing I watch, but I do watch him. And he was going over Michael Jordan coming back with the Wizards. It was one of those documentaries that they did. And it's disappointing that he was getting older, but also intriguing and amazing that he was taking on people. Disappointing because 40 is not old. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. I'm 41. Michael Jordan was like 39. He's like, "Oh man, I'm old." I mean, I understand you wear and tear your body, but there are ways to mitigate. There's ways to solve that, even though people will say, "Nah, you're old." Not really old. 41 is not old. Give me a break. 40 is not old. Michael Jordan wasn't really old. Problem is, it's a combination of things that happened and a lot of bad advice that a lot of people gave to everybody. That was terrible. But a lot of people just don't know better, including you. And if you're watching this, you probably don't know better either. You you wouldn't know because you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But it's like Michael Jordan wasn't really old. He just didn't. He didn't. What did he do wrong? I mean, part of it is probably unavoidable, but that doesn't mean that you can't do things to be a little bit healthier. And when you're healthier, you can probably regenerate a little bit more. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. But people can regenerate. And sometimes you gotta take a break, which is really hard when you have 82 games and then you have playoffs, which is another how many games? How many games is that? 10, 20, 30 games? 40? What is that? 120? 120 games or so? A year? Plus practice? Plus whatever you do during the off season? Yeah. Plus weight training? Could be tough. But I don't think you have to wear out your body in only 40 years. I feel like I'm in this place in my life where I want to get back to where I was when I was about 20, so I could play basketball a little bit more than I have. I want to get back to what I was like when I was about 15 to 20. I was a lot faster, but I think I can do that. And I think obviously shorter people can do that a little bit better than taller people. If you're under 6 feet, especially, you can probably do that. But a washing machine? What in the world? So it's like you don't have to get old, man. People, you don't have to get old. You never have to get old. Why people always be like, "Oh man, I'm 20 years old. I'm old. Oh, I'm 30 years old. I'm old. Oh, I'm 40 years old. I'm old. Oh, I'm 50 years old. I'm old." Nah, give me a break. Give me a break. That's what I say. That's what I say. And that's one of the things that bothers me is how people don't know things. Especially things relating to health. And a lot of people they get stuck on medicine from the doctors. A lot of people. And probably you too, and you probably don't even know it. You probably don't even know it. And it's like, people don't have to do it. And your life would be so much better if you went after natural remedies, vitamin C, magnesium, the basics. You start with the basics. Very common sense stuff that everybody knows. Everybody knows, and the mom. Everybody knows all the basic stuff. Think of the rose, Ewan. You start out with the basic, but then you expand. And you ask Gemini. You find an AI that might be honest with you a little bit sometimes, you know. They're not always going to be honest with you, and they're probably going to lie to you sometimes, because some of them do that. They won't tell you when. You just got to be smart and know. And if you ask AI a question that you don't know the answer to, it's going to be tough for you, because the AI might be lying to you or something. But, you know, sometimes you might be okay with it, and you might be able to find something from it, like finding a needle in a haystack. You might be able to find something. You can ask the AI a question, and the AI might be able to save your life. And you might be able to battle the robotic drones, the governmental drones that are spying on people, especially in America. The drones, like, they have drones running around, not just the what do you call those? Flock cameras. They have they're putting up, they already put up thousands of these flock cameras all over the United States, and they spy on people all over the place. And there's like videos about it everywhere on all the websites. I don't know if you've ever seen them. If you're not, you probably live under a rock. You probably do live under a rock. I mean, you probably do. You probably do. Yep, you probably do. You probably live under a rock. If you don't live under a rock, you probably know what I'm talking about. But then if you do know what I'm talking about, you're probably not watching this video, and you're probably somewhere else trying to stop it. I mean, like, why would he not try to stop it? Why would he not stop them? Why would you not? Why? 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 Why would you not try to stop the governmental cameras that they put up everywhere, and they spy on people, and they arrest innocent people? And it's not really good. It's not really good when they do that. And one of these days, they're probably going to get you, and you're going to be like, I didn't do anything. And then you're going to be like, oh, I remember that one time when Oatmeal told me about this, and I didn't listen to him. I thought he was crazy, but he was right. He was right. I remember that time when Oatmeal told me about the governmental camera spying on me, and then the government camera spied on me, and the cop arrested me, and I didn't do anything. Oatmeal was right, and I didn't listen. I should have listened. I should have listened, but I didn't, because I thought Oatmeal was crazy. I thought Oatmeal was crazy, and I didn't listen to him. I thought Oatmeal was crazy, and I didn't listen to him. I didn't listen to a single word that he said. I couldn't understand him. Couldn't understand a word that Oatmeal said. I never heard anything about Oatmeal. never watched more than 5 seconds, and then I wondered why he only made 5 second long videos. Oh, maybe because I only watched 5 seconds. And he was like, I'm just gonna make 1 second long videos because never never mind making longer videos if people are not gonna watch longer videos. I'm not gonna make longer videos because who's gonna watch a longer video, and therefore I'm not gonna make a longer video. You're not gonna watch more than 1 second of my videos, then why not just make 1 second videos? Because you're not gonna listen to me talk for longer than 1 second. So why talk for longer than 1 second if you're not gonna listen to me talk for longer than 1 second? So it's like, yeah. And then people come to me and they're like, why do you make videos that are only 1 second long? Oh yeah, maybe because if I made a longer video, you probably wouldn't watch it because I know that you don't. No, yes, I would. No, you won't. No, yeah, you're right. But why? Because you wouldn't. Because you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said hello? Who said hello? Who is that? Who are you? What kind of name is Smeg? Smeg. What are you going to do with a governmental camera spying on you? And then they arrest you. And you didn't do anything wrong. You know how many people that happens to? Happens all the time. Happens all the time. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Smeg, are you gonna do something about the governmental camera spying on you? Flying around, they have drones flying around. Spying on people. Spying on people. Telling the cops about it all the time. Telling the cops about it all the time. What are you gonna do about it, huh? It's like what happened in the Matrix. Like literally, like the Matrix. You ever see the Matrix movies? It's just a bunch of drones running around. Just a bunch of drones. It's a bunch of drones running around, and people connected to Xbox. And they stick the Xbox to their brain. And you're plugged into the Xbox. You plugged into the PlayStation. Plugged into the Nintendo. Well, the drones fly around. That's the Matrix. Who is the Matrix? Are you the Matrix? Am I the Matrix? You never seen the Matrix movie? I didn't see it until 2006. I was in South Carolina. Wow. Saw the movie in South Carolina. Can you believe that? South Carolina. Saw the movie in South Carolina. That's where they have the killer red ants. And then when you go hunting, you say, I'm about to bust one. Something like that. But it's because you have to go deer hunting, and that's what you say. That's what his father told me. And it was so many trees, and I was like, what in the world? What am I doing here? Was it North Carolina or South Carolina? I think it was South. I think it was. What in the world? South Carolina? Like the middle of nowhere. Wow. Wasn't that amazing? Can you believe that, Diego? Diego, do you still live next to the park with your brother? Yeah, it is crazy. Diego, do you still live with your brother? What's his name? Elder? Remember? Hernandez? Was that his last name? Hernandez. Elder and... Wait, what's your name again? Wait, I forgot it already. Let me scroll up. Hold on. I forgot it already. I have a short-term memory. How did I forget it so quickly? Oh, man, I forgot it. Diego, that's right. Diego was the older brother. Diego. Do you remember when you guys played basketball with me and Elder said, hey, kid. And you passed me the ball and I made it and you're like, cool. And then you called me cool kid. Remember that? What? What are you going to do with the government cameras that are spying on you that they put up all over the place and they arrest innocent people all the time? Huh? What are you going to do about that, huh? What are you gonna do about it? What do you think about Tommy? Do you see Tommy around? What do you guys think about, who's the other guy? He's in America right now, right? Uh, Andrew Tate. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Plan. Do we have a plan? Plan is talk about it. That's step. It's always step one is talk about it. Let people know, and then people can decide. What you do is you go to a town hall, and you say, "Man, are we spending money on these things? Man, is this really helping? Man, can we cut back on the goddamn taxes and or uh use the money on something else instead?" That's what you do, man. That's what you do. You talk about it. And you call up people and you're like, "What in the world is this?" And you make a video about it, and you tweet people, and you email people, and you call people, and you keep doing it, and then you sometimes you might want to stand somewhere and hold up a sign and say, "What in the world? It's happening." Or you could be sarcastic or not sarcastic, or direct or indirect, or uh, whatever you think might work. You could be like, who's that guy that does a really good job at town halls? Guy that was in the Shark Tank, not the Shark Tank, the other one, Fish Tank. That one. Who is that guy? What was his name? It could have been me, but it wasn't me. What happened? Like, who was that guy? Huh. I'm trying to remember his name. It should come to me. Sometimes he's on with Tim Pool. And, I want to see how long it would take to remember his name. Can I remember? Can I remember his name? Let's see, what kind of name does he have? The guy that would do that. He was on with Chrissy Mayer too. He was even on with Alex. That was good. Not Owen. The other Owen. The other Owen. But not Owen. Not any of the Owens. Benjamin. Not Benjamin. Not even Schroyer. So his name's not Owen. So what does that leave us with? You want a new government, huh? Easier said than done. Say what you want, but you don't really want to do that. You don't really want to try that. It's probably not gonna really work. It's interesting. It's entertaining on paper to exercise hypothetical situations, but in the real world, things don't really happen like that in a normal situation. Most of the time it doesn't really work, unless if you do something crazy, which you probably don't want to do. It doesn't really matter, like, you probably don't want to do it, and you really don't want it. You don't need, it's just like, because there's so many variables happening that you really don't want to. And how would you? Anyways, it's probably not going to work anyways. Especially because, like, you think about it, like, how often does a third party make a difference? That's why you have to do the best you can with what you got. And that's basically what Neo was doing in the Matrix. And it's really bending what he did. If you remember, when Neo is fighting the computer avatar, what was it, Anderson or Mr. Smith? When Neo is fighting the system, the government in the Matrix, he ends up letting the government take over his body. I mean, there was a couple different things that happened because there's 3 movies, and so there was like several fights, but probably in the last one, he lets the government take over his body and win. Was the same? It's the same thing. It's the same thing that happened in Star Trek, Picard, in one of the last episodes of season 3, where Data is fighting himself because he's split as a robot android, and it's not really himself, but it almost is, because there's another robot that's trying to take over his body, because it's just like an AI now, but without a body, trying to take over his body, his robotic body, because he's a robot. And so they're fighting over the same body, and eventually Data decides to let his brother take his body over, and as he was doing it, he was handing his brother all his memories. And his brother, what was it, Lore, was taking every memory, and then at the end he turned back into Data, because once he had all of his memories, he basically was his brother, and therefore his brother won. And basically the same thing happened in the Matrix, and somehow Neo was able to what did he do? Basically the same thing that happened in the Star Trek. The government, the Mr. what was it, Mr. Anderson? No, not Mr. Anderson, Mr. Smith took over his body, but then all of a sudden Neo came back, and there was an explosion, and he won. But then he went to Machine City, and then they must have made a deal, and then the story continued in a cartoon, and I didn't really follow it. Oh, you want to stop the cameras? Good luck. I hope you have fun doing that. Like I said, I already gave you a plan, and if you don't like my plan, then you can come up with a better plan. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Good night. Literally, I gave you a great plan. The plan was multifaceted with a bunch of different things that you can do. That's never ending. I gave you probably 100 plans all in one. I'm like, you can do this thing and that thing and another thing and this thing and that thing. I'm like this and this and this and this. I'm like, I listed you all these things that you could do, and you're like, we need a plan, man. And I'm like, you can do this and this and this and this thing and this thing and this thing. Probably like 100 things or 1,000 things. I literally just said it a few minutes ago, and you're like, what? But we need a plan. And I'm like, here's the plan, man. And you're like, what? But we need a plan. And I'm like, okay, here's the plan. Here's what we can do. We can do this and this and this and this. And you're like, huh? Oatmeal. We need a plan. You don't like my plan? You don't like my plan? You don't like my plan? You really don't like my plan? You want to work together? Maybe. I'm not sure. One step at a time. These things don't happen automatically. I don't know what's happening in all the countries. I just know that stuff's happening in America. And what do? Uh, you, uh, you tweet about it on Twitter. And you say, hey, I don't like it. You say, hi guys, I don't like these things. And then you make a video and you say, hey guys, I don't like this thing. And then you go to a town hall and you say, hey guys, I don't like this thing. And that's all you do. And you call up somebody and say, hey guy, I don't like this thing. And that's all you have to do. So you don't have to get fancy. Not everybody has to be an expert at trying to figure out how to do something, how to solve the problem. Problems are solved one step at a time, but the biggest hurdle is just knowing about it. And most people don't. And that's the problem. Problem is most people don't know these things most of the time because they're too busy. They're playing games, they're watching shows, they're texting, they're having fun, whatever. And so they don't know and they don't care. They don't care. And even if they might accidentally see me, for example, they don't care. And even if somebody stumbles upon my face and I say, "Hey, hi, hi," they're like, they don't hear me. They don't see me. Even though they see me, they don't see me. And they don't hear me. They don't hear me. It's very, a little bit discouraging. But at the same time, what can you do? Well, I can tell you what I've done. You know 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 what I've done. Sometimes I try really hard. I try really hard to get people to hear me. And I try different things. Does it work? Maybe sometimes. But sometimes it probably doesn't. Probably doesn't really work. But I would try. I would try. But was I wrong to try? Maybe. Maybe sometimes I was. Maybe I was. Am I trying right now? A little bit. But at the same time, I'm sort of like, it's weird because like right now I'm sort of like not trying, even though I'm trying, but I'm not really trying. I'm sort of like talking right now, but I have a feeling like whatever I'm doing right now might not really work at all. And so I sort of have this really low expectation about some things. Maybe not everything, but some things maybe. I'm sort of like trying to take a step back. Trying to. I'm not saying that I can do that, but I'm trying to. I'm not saying that I should. I'm saying that I'm trying to. And can I do that? Can I really do it? Can I really do that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of things that I try to do or don't try to. I don't know. It's difficult. Anyways, I'm watching this. Maybe I should share my screen again. Let me think about that. Do I share my screen? Do I share my screen? Do I share my screen? You want to do things collectively? Okay, good luck with that. Overthrow? No, you don't want to overthrow. You don't want to overthrow. Who do you think you are? Are you some kind of CIA, FBI agent or something? Like you don't wanna do that. I disavow. I don't want to run into this situation where you try to trap me into something. It's not good. Not good. It's not good. It's not good. I'm not your boo-boo. Rah, rah, woo, woo. What in the world? What is that? What is that? What was I doing there? Wait, have I been there before? What is that? What is that? I've not used that one. I was thinking about trying that one. That's a new one. I've not been there before. Make an AI video about stopping about peacefully going to a town hall. Totally peaceful. And be like, hey guys, I don't like these cameras. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye. That's it. Goodbye. You know, an AI video like that. Break free. The loop is real. The loop is real. What kind of loop are you talking about? Right now I'm just trying to decide, do I share my screen? I don't know why. I'm hesitating. Do I share my screen? Do I don't share my screen? I don't know. Do I share my screen? Let me think about it. I don't know. Oh my. It's weird. That's weird. I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to figure this out. Michael has 49. How old is he? Oh man, how old was he in that? Uh-oh. Hello there. Tap now. Is it a tap now ad? Hello there. Oh my. 40 points for Michael Jordan. People are complacent, yeah. Yeah, people are complacent, that's true. Yeah. What? Oh, I have to watch another ad again? The same one. Tap now. Oh my. Okay. That's over. Oh, Michael has 49. Okay, let me think. Oh my. Picked tomatoes, blackberries, raspberries. The fans. Why am I worried? I'm mostly worried about time management. Because if I do that, then I start to focus on it a little bit more. And I'm trying to make sure that I have my Oatmeal Daily blog out, and because I want to go to the next thing. I'm trying to move on, trying to go from one thing to the next thing, and the next thing would be to wash something, because I usually wash one thing at the end of my day every day. I like to have that pattern. It's the one thing that is predictable, a little bit more predictable in my life is washing something at the end of the day. Washing one thing, and I usually do try to wash just one thing, and it it's I don't know, it's a good, it feels like a good thing to do. I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but it's been one of those things that feels good. Feels good. So I want to do it. So I do it. Spain. Spain straight. Spain has a straight. Wow. Hmm. Oh really? You thought LeBron was the only one that could play good at 40? You didn't realize there was also Michael Jordan, and later on it was Vince Carter. I don't know how well he played at 40, but he was playing. Kobe probably could have if he was still playing. I'm not sure, but I want to believe that. Oh my. Oh yeah. Today is oh man, I forgot about this. So I'm supposed to. I usually do the monthly, not monthly, weekly. Do the weekly photos. Oh man, Richard Hamilton of the Wizards. Hmm. Another thing is when you share videos, it's difficult because of the copyright with music. It's mostly music that does it, and the documentary has a lot of music in the background all the time, and then the music will block your video in some countries like Russia. I don't know why. Why Russia? Why? Why? Why people don't want their song played in Russia? Hmm. Okay, so let's see. What do I got? What do I got? Hmm. That one? No, I don't want that one. Explore exciting world with what is this? Klondike? The game. It's like you build a house and it's in a tree, and you have different rooms, and it's almost like a farm, and different levels, and you can grow stuff, and you can have pigs and vegetables and cows and ducks, people. And it's like a tree. It's like a tree house, except it looks like a. It looks like a. Looks like a house. Oh, am I supposed to be excited about this Klondike online game? Play now? No, no, thank you. I mean, yeah, I'm tempted because I like. I like that. I probably do. I mean, why not? Because I like SimCity and enjoyed that. So why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Well, I mean, it's not like the video would be taken down because it doesn't always. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes they just say, "Hey, here's a notice," and it's not a strike. Sometimes, I mean, it's taken down in a way like it may not be visible. Like the last stream that I did was not visible, I think, in Russia because of some of the music in the background. And so then that's disappointing when people are not able to see your video in some countries. The video's still up for the other countries and probably for proxies. An ad blocker. You always tell me to do that. I don't want. No. No, no, thank you. Wow. Seeing Michael moving around like that. Oh man, Michael Jordan. Stealing the ball like that, dunking on a fast break. That's good stuff. Um, well, yeah, ads are okay. Not really a big problem. One of the I've had ad blockers, but then they can cause other problems. They might slow you down. It might cause technical difficulties. Eventually, depending on your system, like sometimes they're some of them can be incompatible, especially if you're using Ubuntu, and I know these things are designed for the web browser, and it should be totally irrelevant what your operating system is, but sometimes there are bugs, there are glitches, there are things that get in the way. It doesn't mean that I won't try again, but I've had some bad experiences when I've done those things over the years. I've done it a few times, but it's difficult. It's challenging. You wouldn't believe it, but it is. Tyler, what are you talking about, Tyler? Tyler, you can't handle this. You don't even know who I am. Tyler, you don't even know anything about me. Tyler. I can't let random people join my life. Who do you think I am? Hmm? You want me to let a random person join my life? Not a good idea. Jordan was the man. You don't like you don't like that? Oh, I see. And the baseball? I see. Yeah. That's interesting. It was kind of interesting to see when it happened. Not bad. Hero Wars. Wow, what a great ad. Wow. A lot of times I don't really run into ads, or maybe I do. Sometimes it's the issue is I'm on YouTube, but then I'm on Rumble, then I'm on BitChute, and I'm not sure if the ad blockers will block any ad from any website, because I'm not just on YouTube. I'm watching the videos on anywhere. Maria. Absolutely unexpected. Ooh. I know we're connected, but our hearts. Ooh. Yeah. Good guy, what are you talking about? Who's singing this song right now? Hold on. Who are you? Who is this woman singing on my screen? Who are you? There's a Suno.com ad. I like Suno. I have an account on Suno or two. Wait, what's your name? Blondie? What's your name? Wait, pretty scary. Wait, I forgot your name. I saw it before, I just don't remember anymore. Oh well, maybe next time. Oh, Jordan stole it from Kobe? He ran right into his teammate. Jordan ran right into his own teammate's legs, knee, and then he got injured from that. Hmm. I do it because I'm live. I don't really talk when I'm not live. Sometimes I might, but usually I don't. I mean, I really don't. I mean, most of the time I don't. I don't talk to myself because I don't. But I mean, when I was a kid, I did. But I mean, sometimes I want to practice because I'm thinking about a video that I want to make, and if I do, and I don't do it all the time, but if I do, it's because I want to make a video about something, and so I'm practicing to make a video because I'm always thinking about making videos because I've been making videos since I was 10, and so it's always been part of my DNA, and so it's like always on my mind kind of thing. I always want to make stuff and do stuff and videos and more. And so it's like it doesn't really go away. It's sort of like basketball and everything else. Practice would be good. I don't know if it works. I don't know how good I might be, but I do it. I like to do it. I try to do it. I want to do it. Doesn't really matter how good I might be. I don't really care. I mean, I do, but I don't. Put a burrito on a sidewalk? Is this another AI ad? What AI company is this? Oh, it's Adobe Firefly? Okay. Great. Skip. Okay, there. I'm glad I got skipped that. Glad I was able to skip that. Back to Michael. Michael. Not the singing one. The other one. Not the swimming one, the other one. That's right. So many. So many Michaels. Not the one that hired me for Camp Crowley. The other one. The other Michael. No, not the one who was related to Tiffany, which we were not talking about. Of course, we wouldn't. Because talking about my childhood, why would you do that unless if you're working on autobiography was what I'm doing, really. But not that Michael. How many other Michaels are there? There's a lot of Michaels. I know a lot of Michaels. How many Michaels do I know? Unlimited. Yeah, I know a Michael. But he lives kind of far away now. I mean, he lives down that one road. We went there like, a few months ago, we went to Michael's house. And we saw the what do they call? Seahawks. And they won the, what do you call it? Super Bowl or something? And then Seattle was excited about it, I guess. And I didn't really care, but I was there hanging out with them because I said I would, I guess, or something. And so I went, and we're watching the Super Bowl on Michael's a big TV that has Amazon or whatever. That he doesn't know how to get the Amazon thing off. I probably should have told him, but I decided not to. Oh my. Oh my. Do you still teach English online, man? Yep. Then my brother teaches programming online and makes good money from it. That's good. That's nice. Good to hear. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's desktop website. $20.26. Oh yeah. 2003 All-Star game. Mariah Carey. At the All-Star Game 2003, the NBA All-Star Game. Mariah Carey. When a hero comes along, that's Michael Jordan. You find the strength to carry on. Good stuff. When a hero comes along. Oh, you think you've seen it before? Of course you've seen it before. Oh yeah. Who hasn't? I probably saw it live. Man. Michael Jordan. Shoobity da bob. Shoobity da bob bob. Shoobity da bob bob da bob. Shoobity da bob bob. Hello there. Hi, Bob. Hello there. I said hi, Bob. Oh, man. Shoobity doob da boo boo doop. Shoobity da ba boo boo doop. Shoobity doo ba 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 ba. Shoobity doo ba 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 ba. Ba 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 doop doop boop 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 doop ba ba doop boop 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 boop. So many. You wouldn't believe it. So many. Like usual with everything in life. going on for so many years. Shoopity dap bop. Shoopity doop bop bop. Doopy doop dap doop doop bop. Doopy doop dap doop boop. You never know what's going on. You never know what's going on. You never know what's going on. Nah, you never. You never know what's going on. You never know what's going on. Skibbity doo bop bop. You never know what's going on. You never know what's going on. Shibbity dop bop. You never know what's going on. Stuart fails to save the universe. Never know what's going on. You never know what's going on, yeah. You never know what's going on. Scooby-Doo bop bop. You never know what's going on. 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 You never know what's going on, yeah. You never know what's going on, uh. You never know what's going on, yeah. You never know what's going on. Eight oh two. 802A. 802. What is this? Oh yeah, Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds, 7:30. 7:30, July 30. Last two episodes. Huh. Oh my. Let's see. Oh my. Oh, wow. 728. What happened on 728? 5 and 6. Huh. Uh, 729. 7 and 8. What did I say? 7 and 8? Huh. Oh, is that true? Uh, so in order to do it, it really depends on the student. As it really depends on what they want. For the most part, mostly depends on whoever is paying. They're the ones that would probably decide usually. And I've done a variety of things. A lot of times, what tends to work is a book, or I mean, there's so many different books out there, and there's so many places where you can get them. Sometimes you can find them, and sometimes other people will find them for you, and it's very self. I want to say self-explanatory, but it's like usually it's like you have to take it. You probably should take it a step at a time. Even though some people will think otherwise, there's always a debate on curriculum. Curriculum is a heavy debate because people debate that. It depends on the age of the student. It depends on the the dynamics of the classroom setting. If it's just one student, there is more flexibility, and if they're older, they probably want to practice speaking mostly, but it really depends on what the student needs, and a lot of times the student doesn't know, and a lot of times people don't know in general, and if you ask the wrong people, they'll probably give you the wrong answer, because some people, they're just interested in milking it, because sometimes, especially in Vietnam, the centers may want to try to loop the students in and out. They may try to help the students to an extent, but sometimes the students will end up coming back, and that means more money for the center. And there's so many different centers popping up and down all the time in so many different places in Vietnam, and it's really difficult to say whether they're being fair and whether or not they're doing it properly, because there's a lot of different opinions about how to do it, and it's been pretty chaotic if you think about it over the years, with the different people that are doing it. But usually what I end up running into is curriculum that is created in the UK, in England. I don't know if I recommend it, but it's usually what people use. People use a lot of stuff that comes from there. I'm not sure if that's the best idea, but it tends to work. A lot of times they already know. It really depends on, the students and where they're from. Vietnamese, they know English, they read it, they write it. They just don't practice it a lot. And then you can definitely help them expand their vocabulary, and depending on the student, they probably know a few words, and then probably you're probably gonna be able to help them with the words they already know to learn other words. And so it's like a lot of times you don't even need to know Vietnamese, because they know a little bit of English, and you can help them expand with the English that they know. If they really want to, if they're really motivated, they really do have to be self-motivated. It's difficult to do it any other way. It's difficult if they're not really interested on their own. You can try, but a lot of times it it's probably not worth it, unless if you're getting paid a lot of money. But even then, it may not work. Even if the money's good, it may not work if the student doesn't really care. I've done a lot of different things. Sometimes it's independent, and sometimes it's not. And I've done a variety of things, going back to 2012, and I've been doing it ever since. And there's a lot of different pros and cons depending on who you go with, or if you go with yourself. It it can be very difficult if it's your first time, depending on all the variables, and there are a lot of variables, and it can take a while to figure out. But you definitely could do it if you're that kind of person. It's very challenging. And it's good if you're very self motivated, self driven. What is this? Allison Mack from Smallville. What is this? Do I want to? A little bit curious about this. Not sure if I want to. Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. Hi, Michael. Another Michael. We're going to talk about all these Michaels. Michael Rosenbaum, everybody. Let's fast forward. Patreon? What is this? What do you want to say? What do you want to say about Allison? Hi, Allison. Allison Mack Smallville? 25? Oh my. Do you only teach Vietnamese students, or do you now take students from all over? I currently only doing Vietnamese because I'm really busy, but I know these people because they're people that knew me and they really wanted me to continue, and so I continued. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't do it because I am doing too many other things, and so I'm not really interested in teaching English all the time. I do them because I know them, and they wanted me to do it, and so I said okay. And I decided I would not turn them down since I personally knew them for many, many years, going back to, I don't know what year, 2015 or 2016, something like that. And I decided I would do it because they really wanted me, the family, and just because of how I knew them through the other people who I knew them through the other people. There's kind of like 3 layers down, three or 4 layers down. So it goes back to 2013, the original people that I knew. And the networking was really good. I would consider teaching to anybody around the world, but at the moment I really don't want to spend all my time doing that because I am too busy doing other things, doing too many things. And it just, I teach English online. I mean, I could, I would consider doing things offline, and I may think about it, but at the moment, too busy, way too busy to do anything really. Drowning in too much work. I can barely get stuff done. I try to do everything that I want to do, and it's very challenging. Everything that I do, and I don't really do what I want to be able to do. I'm always behind schedule with everything that I do, everything that I try to do. I'm very, very behind schedule. Many years behind schedule. Many years. And so it's just very disappointing, and a variety of things. Let's see, where was I? Just to be so many years behind on so many things that that I've been working on, trying to work on, stuff that I try to start, things that I started. You have no idea how complex it is. Mohammed? Soccer players from the World Cup talking to Shakira? Hmm. Alex and his boy Rex. Oh, a picture of me playing guitar at Z Coffee November 2013. Playing next to the aquarium. Who is this? Miss Johnny? Who is this comedian? There was this video I saw on Facebook, and the guy says to the girl, "Where's the bathroom?" And the girl says, "The bathroom's over there." And he walks towards the bathroom, and then he looks back, and she says, "Am I a good girl?" And he says, "Yes, you are a good girl." And then he keeps on walking. The end. What a video. I'm like, what in the world? But it's kind of like, what in the world? Like, what's that all about? Who are you people? Who made that video? Are these Americans or are they Korean people? I have no idea. I have no idea. And why do you pat her on the head like she's some kind of pet? What in the world is that all about? Giving vendors only 3 weeks to create a computer simulation models for the military trial. What? What in the world is this? What am I looking at? Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh. Oh my. That's the way it goes. You gotta roll with the punches. That's the way it goes. Da 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 da. Rick and Morty. Oh yeah, Rick and Morty. I had to go. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh man, I forgot about this. Man. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. What was that? August 1st. What episode was that? 9 and 10. 9 and 10. Okay. Hmm. Oh, wow. Huh. Forgot about that too. $100 photos for the weekly photos. Hmm. Is it worth money? It is. Is it worth the money? Is it worth the time? Is it probably is. It might be. Uh but I don't know. I mean, for me my situation is unique, and so I don't know exactly, because I just happen to know people who really want my service because I already knew them personally. But it does seem like there is demand, and the demand is still there. It has always been there for a long time, and the demand is probably higher now, so therefore it's probably worth it even more. So the answer would be, of course. Pretty self-explanatory if you think about it. Hmm. Wayfair.com. Hmm. Oh my. Wayfair. Factormeals.com? Oh my. It's funny. Allison Mack. Oh well, things didn't really get really illegal until maybe the 8th or ninth season. Really? Oh, things got really bad then? Oh, year? Wait, year. What are you talking about? Grooming. What happened? What do they do? Oh my. I'm listening to something that Allison Mack is saying. Allison's talking about her life and what happened. Oh my. How much money? How much money? I don't know. It very really depends, and you could probably Google it. I mean, these numbers fluctuate, so it really doesn't matter. It fluctuates between a variety of factors, a variety of variables. So you're gonna find so many different numbers if you try to look this up. And so coming up with a single number is pointless. So it doesn't really matter. But you can use your imagination and imagine that, in some situations you could in theory you could do it for free. Some people do that. Some people have done that, and you can go up and up. Some people like to go up to 20 an hour. Some people go up to 30 an hour, and or more. Some people go above 30. A lot of people try to get up to 20, at least 20. A lot of people, they try to get up to 20. Some of them try to get above 30. The rates are very opinionated, because when you talk about these things, a lot of people are very opinionated about these things, very highly debated. I used to debate these things with people many times for many years, going back to the beginning, back to 2012, possibly longer, but it's very highly contested. A lot of people contest these things. A lot of people go back and forth on the variables. Currently, it's not really a lot different now than what it was. It's still pretty much the same in a lot of ways, that it's still highly contested, as usual. And then you have inflation and all those things that messes with prices and messes with the economy, making things challenging, because what if people are struggling? What can they give you? If they're poor, can they give you money? I don't know. And sometimes you run into people who want to make a lot of money, so they try to learn English because they think that they can get into a school, they can get a better job, they can go abroad, they can move to another country, move to America, find a way to improve their lives. But that might not work, and they can put money into it, but it's dangerous because it doesn't always work. It might work depending on who you are, but it's very risky, and so it's just one of those dangerous things that you have to think about and they have to think about. And a lot of people will just take their money and they don't care. A lot of people don't really care about what's going to happen, but at some point it becomes counterproductive if they put all this money into an education but then they have nowhere to go. Or sometimes they hit a peak and they're not able to improve their English. They're not able to really get a lot better. Some people have they have limitations, and they're not really able to improve well enough in the areas that they want, and they become frustrated. And throwing money at a problem is not going to always magically fix all your problems. If if there's some kind of wall, if there is some kind of limitation, if you hit a peak, if there's no opportunity currently for schools that you want to go to, jobs that you want, countries you want to go to, whatever the case might be, if it's not possible, then throwing money at it may not be the best idea, but then they tend to still want to try to do it, and they'll find anybody who will help them, even if it's a bad idea. They'll still be hooked on that idea because they think it's magical and that it will somehow help them get somewhere, but it becomes counterproductive if it's not possible. Then what's the point? And so it becomes very very taunting, because it's not just about making money. And money is great, but it's really about how do you help people. And it's difficult because sometimes you run into people who are poor, and you struggle because you don't know if you're supposed to help the poor people or the rich people. The rich people are probably going to give you more money. Obviously, they're going to give you more money because they got more money, because they're not poor. And so then you end up helping the rich people and not the poor people. But then it's like, why not help the poor people? But then if you try to help the poor people, it could be difficult if they don't have enough money to give you. So then you're stuck between that rock and a hard place, between the the softness of the eggs and the oatmeal, the rock and the hard place. For me, who knows? Doesn't really matter. Ba ba doo boo ba, boo doo boo ba boo, ba 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 boo beat, ba 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 doo boo. I'm not your boo boo, yeah. Ba ba boo woo, ba ba boo woo, ba ba boo woo. Ba ba boo woo, ba ba boo woo, ba ba boo woo. I'm not your boo boo, yeah. Ba ba boo woo, yeah. Not your kangaroo, not your Scooby Doo. Ba ba boo woo, ba ba boo woo, ba ba woo woo, yeah. Let's see, where was I? Oh, wow. Let's see, what did I see today? Origins explained. DNA test on ancient skeletons just changed everything we know about Europe. What is this? Marquis Black. Be careful who you have kids with podcast or whatever. Part 1. Lucky. 104. Alex. Taking Back Tomorrow. House and Music channel on YouTube. I enjoyed that one. I did. I enjoyed it. It was interesting. It almost got me to make a music video. Oh, I mean, I always want to make music videos. I have a lot of great ideas, but man, oh man. Hmm. Did you know Trump America has drones flying around? Ooh. Let's see what else. Spain Strait. Spain has a strait, just like Iran. Scientists said Earth must go down. Scientists said Earth must go down to 4 billion humans. How do we do that? Why would you want to do that?
there's something in prison called politicking, and politicking is very like racially motivated, and it involves gangs, and so there's a lot of like social hierarchy and rules and violence and things like that to keep those rules in place. There isn't really that in the federal system, and
So
so
you didn't have to join forces with certain.
no. I was really lucky for a number of reasons. All of that to say, my prison experience I think is different in certain ways than other people's prison experiences or than prison experiences that we see on television. I teach in prisons now, and
Oh.
I work with a lot of people who have
Allison Mack
sentences that are
teases
horrible and things like that, and so
in prison now.
that experience and that dynamic
Hmm.
is different than the one for me. I have very deeply held belief that there were good people and bad people, and that bad people went to prison, and that was how we stayed safe. So if I was going to prison, that meant that under that assumption, I had to accept I'm a bad person, and I couldn't accept I'm a good person. I just couldn't accept that was true. And so I was like, okay, then that means that there are going to be good people in there. So that's one fear that started to dispel.
Yeah.
But then the other fear that was very present was, am I gonna have to? I'm not violent. I've never hit anybody in my life. I mean, I used to cry when I had to do stunt scenes and hit the stunt guy. Like that's not
Yeah.
my jam. And so I was like, I don't know how to fight. I don't know if there's gonna be sexual things that are going to be advancements made on me that I'm not going to know what to do with. I don't know if I'm going to get taken advantage with or extorted for money. Like, I just didn't know what to expect because I did have these prejudices.
And none of that happened.
100% the opposite.
Wow.
100%
Do you
the
still
opposite.
have friends in there that you
Yeah.
consider friends that you still talk to that are still there?
I don't speak to anybody inside because it's against my probation.
Right.
And I'm on probation until next year, so I'm still technically on papers, right?
And what is that probation? What can you not do? Can you travel?
No, I can't leave the county without permission. I have a monitor on my phone or on my computer, so they keep track of who I talk to, and
They listen in.
I don't know.
But there's a
But they
line.
have the right to. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not. I believe I'm rehabilitated, and I will always be in the process of being rehabilitated. I think I'll be in therapy for forever, but I very clearly understand what happened and that it was wrong. So I'm not concerned that I'm gonna not do that. But I do have friends inside that I would like to get in touch with when I'm off probation because they're good people who deserve some love.
Were you suicidal at all?
I had moments of suicidal ideation. I had one moment where I was hiding in Mexico when Keith had first gotten it. That's horror. When
I remember
Keith first,
seeing that. It was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
And I was staying in a penthouse apartment by myself for 2 weeks, and I didn't know what was happening. And I went out on the balcony and thought I'm gonna jump on the screen.
You really thought about it.
But then I was like, but then I wouldn't know what happens next. No one will know what happens next. And it'll be different tomorrow. So I need to just handle my fear. This will be different tomorrow. And then when I came home, it was really hard for about years. Really hard.
How so?
Coming to terms with what had happened was just like outrageously painful. Coming to terms with the fact that
Costs and rates are very variable, and you would have to investigate that on your own
like all of these realities were surfacing
because there's a
just
lot
like
of variables.
heavy and dark and painful. I had a hard time
These things are always fluctuating.
with my brother in his grief, and so I didn't know how to fix the situation with my brother. That
So
was
you
really
just gotta
painful.
investigate all the
Losing
variables. There's a lot of different variables.
paparazzi outside my parents' house, so I couldn't go anywhere without getting chased for really negative reasons, and that was really painful. I was flying back to New York on a regular basis, dealing with my lawyers and eventually the prosecutors, and all of that was really painful. Like it was so heavy, and I would have moments where I felt like I don't know that I can carry this anymore. And then I would think, if I kill myself, I'm gonna hurt my mom so bad.
does that say? Star Trek's 60th anniversary. 8 days ago at the Diego Comic Con. Oh. Let's see who showed up. Star Trek 60th anniversary full San Diego Comic Con panel. Who do you got on the panel?
So, I'm sure maybe I've run into some of you over these years, decades now. Long start, pause. Everyone in the audience, pause, which makes it feel a whole lot better. I opened chat notes. All right, I have this on my wall. Of Star Trek Pearls, which just dropped its first episode on Paramount Plus. I have a very, very special guest I would like to introduce. Not very.
Thank you very much, Scott. And thank you to everyone here. This is quite spectacular. They did ask me to come out here and obviously give a few remarks on what the 60th anniversary means to me and maybe posthumously my father. They also told me to keep it short. This is short enough. So, let's go back to September 8th, 1966. A science fiction TV show unlike any other before it.
1966. Oh, his son is talking about it.
It had laser guns, had strange planets, even had weird-looking aliens. But that was never really the point, was it? This show wasn't about science fiction. This show was about us. It showed us a future where humanity had come together. It no longer feared the difference between themselves. We finally learned that it's our uniqueness, individuality, that was the most important thing about life. Once humankind understood that,
Star Trek is all about coming together, and despite our differences, no matter what we look like, it's our individuality and stuff. And we're able to come together and be united, and then travel the stars and run into people who haven't learned that lesson yet. Okay.
they built starships and the technology to reach across the galaxy. That's not how we, because that is how we grow as a species, from new shared experiences. Idic is the head distributor who has kept Star Trek on the air, and to every showrunner, producer, and creator who took a risk with it and tried something new. For tomorrow, thank you for showing us ourselves and who we can become. And to you, the fans, you guys are the lifeblood of Star Trek. You guys have kept it on the air. You deserve the credit. Your love, your passion, and especially your voices. You've been Star Trek's compass. You've kept it true. And please don't ever stop And while this might sound a little corny, and I mean this with all my heart, the final frontier was never about being out there. It was always about being here. And so I want to say here's to another 60 years. May you all love long and prosper.
Did he say love long instead of live long and prosper? Wow.
Big hand for Roddenberry. And while we're at it, folks, big hand for Gene Roddenberry and Majel Barrett Roddenberry. And if you really want to see something special, they have the original 33-inch model of the Enterprise that was used for the filming of The Cage in November of 1964 on display at the Paramount Lodge. So the Paramount Plus lot, so check it out. All right, we're going to get into it right now with our 60th of Deep Space Nine and Next Generation, Michael Dorn.
Michael Dorn.
Let's give it up. Voyager, Prodigy, Starfleet Academy, Robert Picardo.
The Doctor.
From Deep Space Nine and Starfleet Academy, Sirach Lofton. Replacing Connor Trinier, who couldn't be here, we have from Star Trek Enterprise, Dominic Keating. This guy's a legend. Very busy here at Comic-Con this weekend.
Star Trek Discovery and
No one is more passionate from Star Trek Picard, Michelle Hurd. I grew up with this guy from 1986 with Stand By Me, Scream 2, Jerry Maguire, and Lower Decks, Jeremy O'Connell. Doing amazing work on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Please welcome Christina Chang.
Base 44. What in the world?
Newest member of the Star Trek
Oh my.
family. Starfleet Academy, Korean DNA.
Korean DNA.
I mean it. You got it. All rise. Give it up for an absolute legend. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, George Takei.
George Takei. Of the original. He's in a wheelchair. But he looks okay.
All right, let's get this conversation going here. And George Takei, I do want to start with you on this here. This is not for everyone in this room, for everyone on this panel. It is the 60th anniversary of Star Trek. But George, for you, it is the 61st anniversary of Star Trek because 61 years ago this week, filming started in Culver City on the Desilu Studios lot on the second pilot where no man has gone before, which sold Star Trek as a series. So we are all grateful to you for being here. Big congrats.
Oh.
So George,
George.
the question is this.
George in town.
Not just to be part of Star Trek from the very beginning, but to see Star Trek evolve through these years, show after show after show.
Ooh. Wow. I'm currently streaming. I have a guy who's like, "Oh, are you ignoring me?" But I'm not ignoring him. And I literally answered his question multiple times. But he's like, "Oh man, are you ignoring me?" And I'm like, I already responded. I already gave you an answer. I gave you multiple answers, multiple times. And the guy's like on my YouTube. And he's like, "Are you ignoring me?" And I'm like, "Man, I already gave you the answer. I said you gotta go look it up. You gotta understand that these variables are very complex. It's that simple. Because it's not simple at all.
That is all because of you, the fans. So give yourselves a round of applause, folks.
And I'm doing multiple things. And I barely look at the chat. I only look at the chat every 5 minutes. But when I do, I try to answer the questions. And that's what I do. And everybody knows that I do that. And I talked about it. I answer the questions. And the guy on my YouTube is like, "Why are you ignoring my questions?" But I answer the questions. But the guy on my YouTube is like, "Man, why are you ignoring me?" But I literally answered the question. Christina Chong? Who's this Christina Chong? Chosen families? Oh, jeez. Oh my. Wow. I do need to, I probably need to block this person on YouTube because this person is lying about me and it's being kind of, I don't know what's the word about it, the word for it. I mean, what's the point of lying about me? Like, why are you doing that? It's so weird too. It's like this person spends hours just sitting around pretending to talk to me and then sneaks in every once in a while and tries to twist words around. And it's so weird. It's like, why you do that? Why you do that? But I don't know if you can see the chat, but it's literally the words are not compatible with the words that I say. I say all these words, but then the person in the live chat on YouTube is like comes out with something that's totally irrelevant and disconnected, and it's like, how did you come up with that? What 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 why did you say that? But you know, there's only one reason why you do that. I mean, there might be two, but it's probably only one. But I mean, I was waiting for you to do that. And it took a while, but eventually you got around to doing it. I knew that eventually you would. So it's like it was expected. But you know, I thought I would mention it just because I'm doing this right now. That this happened with what you know. Obviously, I don't know. Basically, it's the only person who's in the chat. Now, why is this person in the chat? I don't know. I mean, I think I know why, but it doesn't really matter. It's the people in the Steeple account. Now, who runs that account? Can somebody tell me that? But anyways, I don't know what is your motivation. I don't know what you're going to get out of this little game that you're playing. I mean, does it get tiring? Are you going to get tired of playing this game? How long are you going to play this game? You know? But you know, if you want to play this game, you can continue to play this game. You know? It's like, why are you playing this game? Why do you make up stuff? It's almost like you don't really listen to what I'm saying. Which means I'm wasting my time trying to talk to you because you don't really hear what I'm saying. And that's disappointing. Because I said a bunch of things and I didn't say what you said, but for some reason you said what you said, which has nothing to do with what I said, because what I said has nothing to do with that. Whatever you thought, I didn't say. I don't know why you said it. And I told you what it's like. I'm telling you that it really depends on how you go about it, because you're going to run into multiple experiences depending on whether you do it online or offline or both. It really depends on the country, and the money that you get paid fluctuates. It simply fluctuates. And you gotta understand that it doesn't really matter. But it does, but it doesn't. But you gotta understand what I'm saying. Bottom line is, what I'm saying is there's a lot of variables. Still. And I already said that. And I said that multiple times. It's a very difficult thing to summarize. Do I look defensive to you? Do I look like I need to chill? I'm being myself. And here you are saying these words again like you did before. It's almost like every single day you have to say these words like, oh, don't be angry. Oh, be chill. Oh man, what did I do? And every day you go back to this routine. It's almost like you do it on purpose. And I don't know why you do it on purpose, but you always go back to saying these words and you always do it. Now, why? I mean, how long are you gonna try to do this thing, whatever you're trying to do, every day, except on Saturday night for some reason? You don't want to do it then, Sunday morning. But on the other days, you do this. And I'm noticing it and I'm calling you out. And I'm telling you that you're doing it. And you do it again and again and again. And it's pretty obvious that you do it. Pretty obvious that you're the only one here. And it's pretty obvious that I probably should block you. I probably should. I haven't yet, but I probably should. You have a problem with telling, somebody to chill when he obviously is chill, but for some reason you have this desire to tell you're trying to tell a chill person to chill, which is like, it's almost like you're reading into something that's not even there. It's like you're the one that's paranoid. You're the one that's obsessed with something, and you're trying to do something that you probably shouldn't be doing. But that's what it seems like you're doing. That's what it looks like to me. Unfortunately. Now I can't totally hear the tone of my voice, so I could be a little bit off, which could trigger you to say chill, but I don't think I'm that off. I don't think I'm really off. I might be a little bit off, but not really, really off. Obviously, there's a difference between what you hear and what's inside my brain, inside my heart, my soul. There's a little bit of a difference, but what you see is what you get, and I try to show people as much as I can. See, what can I do right now? Huh. Interesting. I did say a few things earlier when I was doing the live stream with the piano. Said a few things. I was thinking about doing some deep dives about that. I thought I was getting somewhere. Beginning of something interesting. Let's see. What can I do? I don't know. Oh. Oh my. Let's see. So you want me to try solar opposites? And then there was another one too. Did I write down the other one? Oh my. Let's see. What can I do right now? Another episode of Silo, probably. Not sure, but thinking about doing it. Another episode of Silo. Silo 305. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh my. They're opening a door that they're not supposed to open. Or they're told not to open. Oh my. You say that you like me. You always accuse me of things. Just trying to engage. Bottom line is I do what I do online, and sometimes people interact with me and sometimes people don't. But I do have a lot of haters out there, and I don't know who they are. But I know that I run into them, and so statistically, if you think about it, I do run into them a lot, and so the probability that I would run into them again is very, very high. And so it's just very simple math, and that's why I try to keep my guard up, because as I get older, I'm trying to become a little bit less gullible and stuff. I'm naturally gullible, I'm naturally innocent, naturally just curious, naturally obsessive in trying things and experimenting, and as a mad scientist, I'm always working on things and constantly stuck in this tunnel vision, constantly running around quickly trying to do things, and I run into a wide variety of people, but sometimes I do run into goddamn trolls and haters, and it's very difficult. Oh my. Ooh. That guy knew that the old man was down there at the bottom of the silo. And, what's her name? The mayor. She's wondering. And the black guy's like, how do you think he got down there? He got down there. You want to know where I live? Really? It's a secret! Alright? You say that sucks, but if you accuse everyone of being a hater, then it will put people off. That's too bad, but you have to deal with it. Because you're the one watching me, I'm not watching you, you're watching me. And if you don't like me, you don't like me. You don't have to watch me. And that's the thing, it's just like, you can't be like, oh, you hurt me. Man, what am I gonna do? You want me to stop watching you? It's like, you have to understand that you are a free person and you're free to watch me or not watch me. If you don't watch me, you don't watch me. If you do watch me, you do watch me. Whoa, you want to know what country I'm in? Wow. I mean, the good thing is you do ask me interesting questions, unlike what I get sometimes other places. Oh, really? Georgia? Ooh, Georgia. Ooh. Oh my, he has a rubber ducky. This person on YouTube is like trying to throw it at me. He's like, "Oh, you don't want me to watch you," and so basically he's trying to turn it into a personal thing, but it's not really a personal thing. But the YouTube chatter is like trying to turn it into a personal thing. Not really a personal thing. Not really a personal thing at all. It's just I'm a streamer and people watch me or they don't watch me. If you don't watch me, you don't watch me. But it's not up to me. Whether or not you watch me, you can't be like trying to hold me hostage. Like, who do you think you are? Trying to play games with me. Why are you playing games with me? Huh? Why are you trying to play games with me? Silo. What episode is it? 305? Silo 305 spoiler review. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Oatmeal World. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Has asked you to handle the problem.
Oh my. Whoa. The person on YouTube is trying to break up with me. It's really emotional of the person on my YouTube live chat to try to turn it into an emotional thing, personal thing when it's not. It's clearly not, but the person gets triggered easy, and that's unfortunate, but a lot of people are in that situation, that boat. Oh my. This episode of Silo. Looks like some people got burned up a little bit down at the bottom of the silo in this episode. This episode of Silo 305. Is it 305 or 405? Did I get the number wrong? I don't know. Apparently it's 305. 305. Okay, so I'm doing 305. And, I'm a little bit confused about what's happening in this episode. Huh. Oh, are you still in the live chat trying to tell me something that you already told me before? That's nice. And, it's too bad that you're being a troll yourself. And you're lying more. This person, oh man. Oh man, this person on YouTube is always there. When I go live and this person's there, but then every once in a while this person tries to throw in some deception. And I don't know why, but this person just is like wants to lie about me. And why? Why do you want to lie about me? People in the steeple always wants to lie about me. Why? Why you lie about me? Why you lie about me? Why you do that? Why you lie about me? That's so disappointing. But that's what people do. And this person comes in and tries to pretend to love me and tries to pretend to be interested, but then boom, slides in lies after lies after lies. Why? Oh well. But that's what people do. And that's why, sometimes I might be a little bit flustered. But I'm worth it. Maybe she's worth it. Maybe I'm worth it, and I think I am. I think I am. I think I'm allowed to be a little bit flustered when people come in and they lie about me. And that's what this account is doing. This account that I should have banned in the first place and got this person out of my face because I knew this was going to happen anyways. But I decided to take it. And so I took it a little bit. I took it on. But I knew it was going to happen. This was going to happen eventually. It was inevitable. Totally inevitable. But it happened. And it happens. People coming in, lying about me, the goddamn oatmeal fake news. And that's what happens. I'm not your boo boo. I'm rah rah woo boo. Sometimes you gotta be mean. Sometimes you gotta push people away. Because it's better that way. Especially when you're around a bunch of terrible people. And there are terrible people out there. People who are up to no good. And you gotta push them away. You don't wanna spend all your time with terrible people. But there's a lot of terrible people out there. And it's very unfortunate. But these people will lie out of their teeth. They'll just lie and lie and lie. And that's what they do. That's what they do. Wow. You're trying to get me to block you. But you're supposed to stop watching me. You said that you were gonna stop watching me, and you didn't stop watching me. And now you're trying to order me to block you. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird, don't you think? The people on the steeple is in the live chat on YouTube trying to tell me to block him. And I'm like, what in the world, man? And this account on YouTube is like, oh, I try to be a friend. Oh, everybody else isn't, but I am. I'm the only friend you ever had in your life. I'm your only friend in your life. Everybody else do hate you guts. Everyone else hates you, but I try to be your friend. You blew it, man. You blew it. Now you gotta block me. I don't have to block you. I could. I probably should. But I don't have to, and you said that you were going to leave and you didn't, which makes you a liar. Like I said, you were a liar and you didn't leave. That's pretty pathetic, man. That's pretty pathetic. Don't you think that's kind of pathetic? You're not going to leave. And you said you were going to leave, but you didn't leave. That's pretty pathetic. Which means that I'm right about you. The longer you stay, the more I'm right about you. Because you refuse to leave. Wow. Coconut walrus? What in the world? Oh my. Oh my. Ba da 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 da. Whoa. The people lie about me, lie about me, lie about me. Oh my. Oh my. Ooh, do 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 do. Ba 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 boo doo boo ba ba boo boo ba da 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 da.
Okay, Paul. I came as soon as I could. If Orla isn't here, then I don't know where she is.
She's in the morgue on 62.
What?
She was murdered. Sorry. But I indicated it on this. I have to ask you.
Yes, my father.
so they're running out of supplies in their silo. They have a department of critical supply that they can't replenish, and once it's gone, and they keep the empty boxes to fool anybody so that there's no panic. They don't want people to know that they're running out of supplies and there's not enough time until they're out of critical supply, which means they would be in a bad situation, which may cause all the people in the silo to die. They're doing a flashback and they're talking about AI and Iran.
Jesus. Give me a little warning next time. What do you mean?
I mean, it wasn't me. I'm not driving. Someone else is.
Ooh, somebody else was driving. Took over remotely. Silo 305. They try to help her remember things. The black guy give her the rubber ducky. When the black guy gave her the rubber ducky, she started remembering things. She started remembering things. It did the trick. She started remembering how she was remembering how there are 50 silos and there may be a way for some of them to kill them or something. Wow. 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 Pretty good episode, don't you think? It's a pretty good episode. It's a pretty big, pretty good episode, yeah. Pretty good episode, yeah. It's a pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big episode, yeah. Pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big episode, yeah. Pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big episode, yeah. Pretty big, pretty big, pretty big episode. It's a pretty big pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big. It's a pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big, pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big. It's a pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big. It's a pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big, pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big. It's a pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, yeah. Pretty big. It's a pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big, pretty big episode, yeah. Oh my. Pretty big, pretty big, pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big. Oh my. It's a pretty big, pretty big, pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big, pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, yeah. Pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big, pretty big, pretty big, yeah. Pretty big episode, pretty big episode, pretty big episode, yeah. It's a pretty big, pretty big, it's a pretty big episode, yeah. Ah. Hmm. Bad people. So, there are bad people who do bad things out there, and they like to do bad things, and it's unfortunate, and they will try to lie about it. And it's unfortunate, and sometimes you gotta keep your eyes open for the bad people, and they will try to scam you, and they'll try to sweet talk you, but eventually they'll stick in their sting because they're up to no good. And in life you have to be smart about it, and you have to figure out what is going on. And they'll try to call you every name in the book and accuse you of things, but you gotta know yourself and understand that they are up to no good. And there could be a lot of people like that, and there are a lot of people like that, where all they want to do is run around and they want to try to destroy. And a lot of people know about this on the internet, especially on the internet. They do this kind of thing, and it is a big problem. But people, they get this thrill out of destroying the lives of other people, and it's very sad, but it's true, and that happens. And I try to talk about it because I do want to raise awareness to these issues and more. And it's unfortunate. For example, today, that guy came out again talking to me about stuff as usual, and it was probably one of the trolls, probably Flopper Maya, who is one of the trolls that's obsessed with trying to destroy me. And who knows what else. People like that, they're probably running around trying to destroy multiple people. And that's what people do. And sometimes they may believe that they're right, that they're ridding the world of bad people, even though they're probably the bad people themselves. And sometimes they're unable to see that they're the bad people. They're the bad people, but they're looking at other people and they're like trying to see the bad in other people, and they're trying to tell the world or tell some people, look at these bad people, when really they're the bad people. And they're so demented and they're stuck on this wish hunt, and they just want to rid the world of the evil that they themselves are. And it's very unfortunate, but you gotta be aware of these kinds of situations. If I were to try to help people, I would try to help them with understanding that you probably shouldn't spend too much time talking to anonymous accounts, because this is what happens. Because a lot of anonymous accounts are bad people. A lot of them are. Not everyone, but there are a lot of bad accounts. And that's why they're anonymous, because they want to destroy people. And they believe in it. Or they believe that they're doing a good thing. Some people do believe somehow that they're doing a good thing. They have everything twisted in their brain, in their mind, in their soul, and they need help. But sometimes it's impossible to help these people. And I talk about this stuff not to try to help them. They're probably unhelpful, totally lost forever. But perhaps other people need to know about this. Perhaps they do. It's getting really late, and I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go now. But I'm gonna continue to do what I do, even if nobody is watching, or whatever it might be. I do what I do. I try to do what I do. I got a million things to do, that I've done, that I do, that I will do. It just goes on and on. And the goddamn trolls will continue to lie about me and about you, because they're very bad people. But you don't have to become bad like them. Making the world greener and better. And you just gotta make the world a better place, one oatmeal at a time. And it's better that way, and it's really good that way, to make the world a better place. And you gotta make the world a better place. And you just gotta watch out for the bad people out there doing the bad stuff. And they're demented. And they're very bad. And they just want to do bad stuff. And they never want to stop being bad. And they would just want to do bad stuff. And that's what they do. They do bad stuff. I'm not your boo boo. I'm rah rah woo woo, yeah. I'm not your boo boo, yeah. I'm rah rah woo you, yeah. I'm not your boo boo, yeah. I'm rah rah woo, yeah. I'm not your kangaroo. I'm not your Scooby Doo. Rah rah woo woo. Rah rah woo woo, yeah. Yeah. I'm not your boo boo. I'm rah rah woo woo. I'm not your boo boo. I'm rah rah woo woo. I'm not your boo boo. I'm rah rah woo woo, yeah. Um, um, I'm not your boo boo. 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 I'm not your boo boo, yeah. I'm not your boo boo. I'm not your boo boo, yeah. I'm not your boo boo. I'm rah rah woo woo. I'm not your boo boo. I'm rah rah woo woo, yeah. I'm not your kangaroo. I'm not your Scooby Doo. I'm rah rah woo woo. Rah rah woo you, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm not your boo 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 boo. I'm rah rah woo woo. I'm not your boo boo. I'm rah rah woo woo, yeah. I'm not your Scooby Doo. I'm not your kangaroo. I'm rah rah woo woo. Rah rah woo woo, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm not your boo boo. I'm rah rah woo woo, yeah. I'm not your boo boo, yeah. Rah rah woo woo, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not your boo boo, boo boo, boo boo, boo boo, boo boo. I'm rah rah woo woo. Wow, what a video, what a video, what a video that I just made. Oh man, I made another video. I made another video. Yeah. I thought I would talk about this a little bit, but I didn't really want to spend a lot of time right now talking about this again. Talked about this many times. I'm a broken record. No, I'm not a broken record. But I really do want to try to put this out there for the record. And I want people to know that some people think I'm a bad person. I'm not a bad person, but some people really think that I am, and no matter what I say, they're gonna say Oatmeal's a bad person. And some people are very closed minded in that way, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. And it becomes pointless to even try, and all they want to do is destroy. They like to try to destroy other people, and they believe that. They believe in doing that. They're very destructive people, but it's difficult to navigate, and you got to be aware of those kinds of people. And they're all over the place. They're everywhere. So you got to be careful. Man, a lot of people got to be careful. And if anything I could do to make the world better, I would find a way to help people navigate the internet a little bit better, because it's so easy to get lost in the crowd of the wrong people. There's a lot of wrong people out there, and it can destroy you, which is what they want, especially younger people who are new. Like if you're 20 and you're brand new, you don't have a lot of experience. The internet is an ocean, and you can drown, and that's not good. You don't want to drown, but it happens to people, and it's not good, but it happens, and you got to learn how to navigate, and it's difficult because you don't know who to trust, but you definitely don't want to trust anonymous accounts, usually, unless if you somehow know them offline. And if you do, that might be something. Still not a guarantee, but it's better than nothing. But still, you gotta understand something. You gotta understand that a lot of bad people out there, and they're up to no good, and all they want to do is destroy. All they want to do is just destroy and destroy and destroy. And they don't want to stop. Destroy. And that's what they do, is destroy and destroy and destroy some more, because that's what they want to do. That's what they believe in doing. And so that's what they do. That's what they do. And they don't want to stop doing that. Ooh, they don't want to stop doing that. No, 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 they don't want to stop doing that. No. Oh man. This is interesting. 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 Wow. Hmm. Mm, mm, mm. Oh my. Ooh, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's so amazing. Ooh. It's amazing. Huh. That's weird. Oh my. Hmm. Mm. Flopper. Flopper. Oh my. Huh. Hmm. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. Hmm. Wow. Wow. Coulter? Supposed to vote for Coulter. Did I talk about being at the YMCA today? I think I probably mentioned it. I'm not sure. And then I was working on the extra fencing. Remember what I was doing when I was working on the fencing for the rabbit? Remember that? Really interesting. Don't you think that was interesting? Probably a really interesting story. Very interesting. I think it's really interesting. Very, very interesting. Really, really interesting. Yes, indeed. What a world. Nick Shirley attacked in Spain. Whoa. Wow. Do you see that? Wow. That's crazy. Destiny versus Denise Souza. 1 day ago? Oh my. Oh my. What has the world become? 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 What has the world become?